Well, that's embarrassing. Good morning, hello, and hi, everybody. How we doing today on Wednesday? Usually it's Bloody Monday. Bloody Wednesday is kind of new for us. We'll take it, though. Whatever. All right. Had to get the microphone plugged in there. All right, let's move over here and check out Bitcoin here real quick. The question on everybody's mind, all anybody cares about, all anybody wants to know on today's fabulous day. Yeah, I got the mic, guys. Thank you. Thank you for the shout out. All right, so first off, hope you guys are doing well today on Wednesday, guys. And again, as the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy has taught us, don't panic, guys. When you panic, you make poor trading decisions. And if you don't know which direction to be right now, well, probably best not to be in any direction is probably the best thing, guys, because you're probably just going to get throttled like the baby bear that you are. Now, let's see what we got here. All right, we'll just get right into a little bit of BTC. Going to the spot price here on Bitstamp, guys. So yesterday, what did I say? I thought this was a fake out. Well, I was wrong. It's all right. It's okay. These things happen. I got trapped in my long. If we go to XBT, we can actually see. Got kicked out of my long. Let's see here. So here, 39, 39.12, 38.87. And then had opportunities to get out, but I was sleeping, so tis what it is. All right, breakdown below this order block, and bam, I was out of my long and looking for an opportunity. Now, I just drew this right before I started the show. When the price was right here, and I'm like, all right, well, we've got two options. Down to the support level right here, and up, or down below the support level, back up to test, and down. If we switch to the 15-minute chart, we can also see that it didn't quite play out like that. 5-minute chart, it also did not play out like that. So pretty high volatility movement straight down on high volume. Now, this could be a fake out before a pump, as it was here and here, or it could be a legitimate breakdown. Looks more like a legitimate breakdown to me below support, especially with the high volatility. So looking for opportunities to go short as I post it out. So I'll probably be missing out on this trade as I'm going to be live streaming this stuff with you guys. And it's okay. We'll do that. Ethereum USD also looking like straight crap. Here we go. I posted this right before the show as well. The pull down, the pull back to this ascending trend line, and that's a good time to enter in your short as well. Generally, when you're trying to enter on high volatility, you normally just end up getting kicked out of the trade unless your directional bias is right and you're comfortable with not using stop losses. It's okay. Let's see here. I did want to touch on a few things this morning. And there's overwhelmingly kind of negative news coming out about BTC and overwhelmingly positive news coming out about the stock market, guys. This wasn't a big surprise because BTC tends to follow the stock market after about a day or two. And yesterday we saw a massive drop in the stocks. If we go over here and look at the DJI. Yeah, so let's go to the daily or the Mr. DJI. Yeah. So look what we got today. We've got about a 2% drop just in the DJI today. We go over to the SPY. Let's look at the SPX. Sorry, my bad. Bam. Look what's going on in the stocks today, and BTC following just as well, guys. So good news just came out about XRP. All right, hold on. All right, hopefully that's a little better. Yeah, so BTC following these movements of the stock market pretty accurately as so far right now. S&P 500 dropping significantly, DJI dropping significantly. If we go over and take a look at gold, though, what did I say yesterday? I said I was pretty goddamn bullish on gold. I've been bullish on gold for a while. Yeah. So today we've got a little bit of a hanging man candle, but we had a nice couple run-ups yesterday. Yesterday ended pretty strong. We've gained the daily momentum here on gold. Again, got that 200 period moving average above us. So let's actually go take a look at gold futures. Yeah. Yep. So looking pretty good as well here on gold. So getting back to all anybody wants to talk about today, which is Bitcoin. All right. So we fell down to this lower support level that I had drawn, getting a little bit of resistance right there from the baby bulls. And we've got a lot of buying pressure coming in right now from the baby bulls. Let's take a look at it. Let me throw up significant trades. Maybe it will let me do it today. Wouldn't let me do it yesterday. Nope, not going to let me do it. So what I'm going to have to do is a little bit more OBS and live on screen, guys. Browser source. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. All right, cool. So you guys can't see that massive influx of buying pressure that we just had. But we'll just keep it just like there for a little bit, just so we can keep our eye on it. And I know that's pretty dang scrunched, guys, but we'll just work with it, guys. So hopefully that's okay for you guys. We'll just keep it there for a little bit so we can kind of keep our eye on what's going on. Cool, I quite like it. All right, so we'll just wait and see what happens. Got to see a significant amount of buying coming here. And again, now I'm inclined, now that we've actually broken down below the support level, was expecting a little bit of resistance here, but not a whole lot keeping us from the next order block. So most likely fall into consolidation. See if we turn around, guys. If we look at the spot price here real quick, yeah, we can see that we broke down from this order block to this order block, consolidated, and fell down from this order block to this order block. So what likely happens is consolidation. If we go ahead and extend the support line that I had out just a little bit, yep, we can see we got nice resistance from there as well. Coming down below us, we've got 36.12 and 35.02 as potential short-term targets if we consolidate and break down from this order block, guys. So if we actually go over to Coin Farm and look at what we got going on here, it seems we've had a massive, obviously had a massive influx of selling and buying. It's the big buys and sells that move the markets. Let's go take a look at open positions, because prior to a couple hours ago, we were about 50-50, and now we're 62-37. Typically an unsustainable level. Typically you look to see a little bit of recovery from there just because shorts are over their skis. We saw a ton of buys happening in this area. If you were actually watching these candles live like I was, watching all these longs try to enter and just get liquidated. In fact, I saw a $1.2 million long enter right around here, and it moved the price up a little bit, and then he got immediately liquidated. So rest in peace, whoever you are, young crypto trader, breaking down below support now. So I think we're probably headed to the order block down here right now. So that's about another 2% drop back down into the middle of the order block would be more likely. So we can go ahead and delete option A. That didn't happen. And option B didn't exactly pan out quite right, but seemed about the right thing at the time. Generally, that's what you see. Usually you actually see, as Payday pointed out yesterday, you generally see actually something more like this, because that's what you expect, and generally what you get is this. You get a breakdown below support, as you can see here. You get a breakdown below support, and then a movement up, and then boom, kind of like that. So didn't quite see that. So we'll see if we can actually close our 30-minute candle below the support line. Until we do, people who are in shorts, pretty safe in those goddamn shorts right now. So, yep. All right, so let's take a break and go look at Ethereum dollar. Yeah, Ethereum dollar looks like crap. Yesterday closed below that support level, and today actually looking like we're going to close the daily below that last level of support there. So it looks like $95 is incoming, guys, on Ethereum USD. Below that, again, as I've been saying for quite a while, $50. So looking pretty damn bad for Mr. Ethereum here on the daily. So pretty secure in an Ethereum short as well. However, the way that I would look to play it out is just like this. Yep, now it's tighter. It's a little bit tighter now. So I had drawn this exact same thing and posted it in the member section. So a breakdown below and then a retest of the support and then down. So this actually is looking like the correct time to enter into your short once this 30-minute candle closes here in about 15 minutes. All right, we'll see what happens. All right. And boom, look at that. XRP to the damn moon, guys. I just posted that long right before, so I hope everybody got into that. That's pretty good. I don't just say this stuff, guys. I don't just say this stuff. There it is right there. I don't think I can post it in the chat, and it won't let me. I haven't figured out how to window capture Discord yet, so if somebody wants to send me those instructions, I'd be happy to do it. So, bam. Yeah, XRP is actually the reason that I did that is because if we go look at the daily chart for XRP here, yeah, it was looking extremely bullish to me. We were holding that 618, ATR dropping, looking like we were going to get a pretty significant movement. I was thinking we were holding that descending trend line very nicely, right around that 618 Fibonacci retracement. And yeah, looking pretty damn good for XRP right now. Let's see here. Going into the 4-hour chart here on XRP. I'll take a look at that news. Running a little behind today, so I'm not exactly sure what it is. I was too busy kind of going over this. I was too busy looking at BNB coin and charting out a good trade for BNB coin this morning, and looking at some other altcoins that I wanted to get into. And also, I was really, I mean, I read probably about an hour about all this FUD coming out about the Bitcoin mining difficulty and hashing dropping off the face of the planet. It's just, people don't understand how mining works significantly, it seems to me. So people do not understand significantly how mining works, and also somewhat of the irrational reasons that people would mine as well. So yeah, just a while ago, actually, if we chart replay this, which I won't, but this was actually looking like an indecision candle right at that point of control on the daily point of control right here. Yeah. Got the nice buy signal here from the Fisher crossover. ATR dropping pretty low, so looking for this to be a fairly high volatility movement. Let's go take a look at those significant trades. Yeah, we got a lot of buys coming in here on XBT. And we'll see. So yeah, broke out. I mean, the main reason too, as you can see, is I charted out this. Let's go to the 4-hour chart so we can see this a little clearer, I think. Yeah. So we charted out this symmetrical wedge, and we were at the lower area of it. And every time we've reached that lower area of it, we pump fairly significantly hard. And that's exactly what happened here. Now we've broken up out of the symmetrical wedge, hit targets 1 and targets 2 here for my long-term view here of XRP. And if we close below this trend line right here, this would be another good opportunity to enter into a long, retesting support, or excuse me, resistance as support. So XRP looking fantastic, man. Buy the rumor, sell the news. All right, so let's get into some interesting stuff this morning. The reason, so if we're looking over here at BNB, okay, so we had a nice good 3 or 4 day pump right here out of BNB. Actually looking at this potential cup and handle pattern right here. So that would be a nice little pullback right there if that were to play out. And the reason why, Binance releases demo of planned decentralized crypto exchange. So generally what's interesting about this is that BNB and BTC are some of the most highly correlated coins. If we go over here and look at Enroid, come on, baby. No, let me down. Can no longer play Rick Rolls. Yeah, so as we could see, actually lately, they've been since October 2018. There's been a little bit of slight declines here. In fact, we went negatively correlated for a while. But yeah, BNB and BTC price highly correlated right now, highly correlated. So what this means to me is that if BTC, as BTC goes down, so will BNB as well. So looking for BNB to pull back a little bit from this massive high, as we've seen. This is not the same thing. This is not the correlation of BNB pulling back in conjunction with BTC. This is just natural retracement after such a highly volatile move. But again, looking for this to come back to a healthy retracement area around the point of control, or actually to the 382, the 2 way to enter a cup and handle pattern, and we'll play that out. So Binance releases demo of planned decentralized crypto exchange. Binance, the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange by adjusted trading volume, has released a new video demo of its decentralized exchange dubbed Binance DEX ahead of its launch in early 2019. So we're hopefully going to be seeing a decentralized exchange in early 2019. Binance, again, Binance, one of the few exchanges that I actually like out there. There are very few exchanges that I'll actually trade on right now, with very few exceptions. BitMEX, Binance, Bittrex. The only thing I don't like about Bittrex is it's just so goddamn wobbly, and I really don't like their the way they order form. That's why I do everything through 3 commas, but it is what it is. Let's see here. So yeah, looking forward to kind of playing around with the Binance DEX when it comes out, guys, because I've always liked DEXs more than I like centralized exchanges, because I don't like giving third-party custody of my coins to anybody else. But still, not a whole lot of coins that I'm interested in holding long-term right now until we get signs that there are market reversals. Until then, I'll just be trading short-term trades and continuing to stack up BTC, guys. And again, I'll say it for the 19th time. Say it for the 9,000th time. If you look to sell your BTC at these levels, you're pretty much a tool. And again, that's irrespective of if we fall down to our lower support levels. So let's go look at the weekly so we can refresh ourselves on what the long-term outlook for Mr. BTC here is. Okay, as well. Great. Fantastic. So trading range of 44.21 to 35.42, current price at 37.08 on Bitstamp. Okay, so still within feasibly the trading range. Now let's see what's happened today on the weekly. All right, so the weekly is still coming in to kiss and flirt with this logarithmic trend line from 2015, guys. This was the reversal of the last bear market. If we close the weekly below this, looking down at these lower targets of 33.50, potentially closing below that to 27.04, that hasn't changed. We'll see here what also happens with the interaction of the 200 period moving average. I feel that if we fall down below the below the logarithmic trend line, around the time that we get to 33.50, this will probably have creeped up slowly a little bit. Right now, it's currently sitting at about 31.50, so we'll see how that plays out. So 3 levels, 3 areas of strong confluence here based on volume, based on logarithmic trend line, and based on our simple moving average, which really hasn't been violated much in, we look at Bitcoin's history. So we've been trading above it the entire time, and the only time that we kissed below it was actually the end of the bear market the last time. So we break below it, and obviously the 200 period moving average on Bitstamp can't be calculated this far behind because we need 200 weeks to begin calculating the 200 week moving average. So we'll see how that plays out. Again, upper targets before we get a gap range trade zone, 44.21 to 45.50. I'm really above that. Pretty comfortable at 4,900. 4,900, excuse me. Here's the gap trading range from 48.83 to 56.40. That's a gap trade range. We're not looking at that yet, though. We need to get up there. We need to get up there if we're going to start looking at that, guys. So that's the long-term outlook. Still looking down to hitting at least 33.50. At least 33.50 is the total downside potential. 2,900 would be okay as well. However, if we really close below that on the weekly chart again, this is a danger zone of very little volume, guys. If we go over here, we just zoom right past up it, and when you zoom up, when you're coming back down, you zoom down, guys. So markets get what they deserve, and traders get what they deserve. So still not worried, though. Still not worried on my long-term outlook of BTC. I don't really care what the news and the media are saying. The mining thing is, people don't understand that, and I'm going to talk about that here in a little bit. Just a second. Are those handicap icons, World Star? All right. So let's see here, guys. Let's go back to the daily chart here and get a look-see. So yeah, here's what I think's probably going to happen. I think we've had a pretty nice high volatility movement. Every time that happens, we have a little bit of consolidation, especially if we go look at the 4-hour chart. Yeah, every time we have a high volatility movement, we have consolidation within an order block. We have a violent movement here. We have consolidation within an order block, violent movement down, consolidation, return to the order block. And now we return to this order block, consolidated for a little bit and broke down. So now we're back in this lower order block, which is the strongest area of support. So be looking to consolidate here and then get a clear direction of where BTC really wants to go from here, whether it's going to be a legitimate breakdown and we're looking at crashing through these levels, or whether we're going to actually zoom up and return to this order block level right there. Go take a look with Mr. BitMEX. Indecision candle down here at the bottom. Got some nice bullish volume pouring in, as we can see. A Neo or ADA would be a better investment. Off the top of my head, I'd probably say Bitcoin. But if I had to choose between those two, I'd probably say Neo. Probably say Neo. All right, let's see here. Got to keep on track. Let me look at my notes. Okay, so let's continue going through the news. So IDEX, or excuse me, yeah, not IDEX, but decentralized exchange for Binance coming out. So pretty positive news. Mr. Jackson Palmer, who I don't always agree with on a whole lot of things, but he says looks like Vertcoin was 51% attacked. And yes, it was true. Vertcoin was hit by a 51% attack, allegedly lost $100,000 in double spending. And so this is another thing I want to talk about is 51% attacks. People don't seem to understand them super well. A 51% attack does not mean you can completely erase the entire history of Bitcoin. It means that you can fiddle with the current blocks. It means that you can fiddle with the blocks. It means that you can fiddle with the blocks that are just being calculated right now. They're still in the mempool. Vertcoin is a Bitcoin replica. It was launched with an aim to discourage miners from forming pools and to gain monopoly over a network. It's been compromised. So Vertcoin is under 51% attack. This guy, Mark Nesbitt, is a Coinbase engineer, found that some anonymous cyber criminals rented a large amount of ASIC hash rate to attack the 4-year-old cryptocurrency network. They eventually got a hold of more than 50% of the mining hash rate, which allowed them to own and govern the Vertcoin public chain literally. Don't really like the way they do that because that's not actually correct. However, what they are able to do is double spend and create alternate blocks and spend from one transaction to the other. They're not able to go back and rewrite the entire history without completely breaking the rules of consensus, however. So the same thing. If Bitcoin were ever to be 51% attacked, the worst thing that would happen is some double spends, and current transactions would get fucked up and slowed down. That's pretty much that's pretty much what happens. It's not that everything is fucked. You just don't send anything during a 51% attack. Of course, Bitcoin never received a 51% attack. It's in its entire decade history. So not too worried about that whatsoever. So yeah, all altcoin exchanges are vulnerable to the Vertcoin. Any transactions, any movements on the Vertcoin blockchain right now, if this 51% attack is still going on, is vulnerable, and they are liable to double spends. BitMEX superiority just went over 25 million short to slightly positive long. Could that be a strong indicator of a bounce? Well, here's what is a strong indicator of a bounce potentially. Let's see here. Let's see. If we go look at BTC market depth, this is another thing that wanted me to go. Look at that. So XRP just shot up to a positive market depth ratio. So right now, there for a while, bids were above asks. We've got a little bit of a pullback right now, which makes a whole lot of sense to me, especially looking at that pretty violent move that XRP, especially Z18, just had. Let's look at that. Yep. Going to get that little bit of a pullback, see if we're still able to close above that ascending trend line right there. But yeah, and then I'm looking actually for that. If that picks back up again, that'll be pretty bullish. So we've got this last little target of mine that hasn't been hit, 94.25, and then really nothing stopping us from hitting up here, 93.74, and back up into this higher distribution area of 95.69, give or take, if XRP is really going to play nice right here, which it will as XBT USD goes down. So, yep, all those longs kind of getting smashed right now. I got a sub. Thank you, Dipanshu, for the sub on YouTube. Highly appreciated. Let's see here. So we'll just continue to watch this right here, right now. Come on, baby bears. There we go. They're coming through. Nice little battle right here for XBT's supremacy. I like it. If we look at BTCs, which I don't normally like looking at this, but the reason why is because the BTC order books are highly spoofed, like altcoins are not. But if we look at Bitcoin's historical market depth, as soon as this baby loads, there we go. Well, look at the market depth right there. Look at the massive shoot up that that bids just took right there. Bam. Look at that baby right there. Typically when that happens, the price generally goes up, but what it's telling us is that there's massive buying of this dip right now. Massive buying of this dip. So we'll just go back there. Hopefully you guys understand what that means. If we look at the total market depth right now, we can see that the combined order books for Bitcoin across all exchanges is $56 million of money in the books right now. Buy pressure, 31 million, sell pressure, 25 million. So the spot price is actually looking fairly bullish. We just had a massive ramp here from 10 o'clock at market depth ratio of 4.77 to 11 o'clock, 10%. So that's a 5% or 6% increase, excuse me, to the upside on the market depth ratio. So typically that's a highly bullish sign. We can go and see that when the bids overcome the asks, price actually gets pretty bullish. And when asks overcome the bids, price goes down. So we're seeing that happen right now in real time. This is updated every 30 minutes. Actually, the bids have overtaken the asks. So again, I'm more hesitant and speculative of this because of the spoofing of the order books. Because with such capital moving through BTC, people like to spoof their orders down and up quite significantly, as they don't necessarily do on altcoins. But it is what it is. We look at the top 24-hour USDT up massively. A lot of people selling into USDT, and now we've got a lot of buy pressure on USDT as well. That is crazy. A lot of people buying up USDT, which means they're selling BTC. So that makes a whole lot of sense. Bam. Look at that. But simultaneously, as we see the price of BTC go down, we see a lot of people stepping in to buy the dip. Let's check in with CoinFarm real quick. Keep our eye on the margin trading. Looking for that point where we're either going to reverse to the upside or continue moving down. All right, superiority to the shorts right now. Price is going to continue to move down in the short term. Let's go look at open positions. Open position still overwhelmingly short. I think we could get a little bit of a bounce here, guys, but I don't know if it's going to be sustained. I don't know if it's going to be a sustained bounce, if it's just going to be a bounce back up this logarithmic trend line like I had charted out. That would be a good time for me to look to enter into a short. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Just waiting patiently for my day to explode, as they would say. Crypto exchange Poloniex launches institutional trading services, guys. So this just coming on top of everything that we've seen. As the price of BTC goes down, more institutional assets, more institutional interest comes into BTC. And this is why I am biased to say that if you sell your BTC at these depressed price levels, you are pretty much a tool, even if it goes down to 2,900. Now, if you're a professional and you know what you're doing and you have a fairly good idea of when you're going to buy and when you're going to sell and how you're going to buy it back cheaper, that's fine. But if you are a retail trader, and you're not super experienced, again, what I often find is that you run into the selling and then you've sold at a loss. So that's kind of a psychological stain that you're going to have trouble getting over. As price goes down, it never becomes low enough for you. And you always want confirmation that price is not going to go any lower. And by the time you get that confirmation, you're typically buying back higher than when you sold. And then typically when you do that, price just goes against you. It seems to be the curse of the retail trader. So that's why I say that if you are just looking to passively invest in Bitcoin, just start accumulating on dips, guys. It's generally the smartest thing to do. And then just be patient, guys. Historically, the best time to have bought BTC is in the year leading up to the halving, which the halving is going to be 2020. So that would mean 2019 would be the best historically correct year to start buying BTC and accumulating on dips. So, all right, let's go take a look at the chat. A lot of chat today. How we doing, guys? Joey V, how we doing this morning? Christian Debick, what's going on from Croatia? Alan Dixon, how we doing? MT Coiner, howdy from the high mountains of Montana. What's going on, man? Vansh Bajaj, good morning to you. Ben Joseph, how are we? Joey V, what's up, brother? Again, Jurgen Ernst, hey, how it's going, man? Let's see here. Knit and Soki, no sound. Don't forget my mic. Sorry, guys. Thomas Korsch, hey, man, nice work. Highest potential price of BTC in December, probably 5,000. It's too legit to quit. Doge is wacky. Every time my alerts go off that BTC is going down, I also get an alert that Doge is going up. Let's go take a look at the correlation between Doge and BTC. Hello. I think Doge will probably survive the altcoin wrecked apocalypse. All right, so let's see. In the last 7 days, actually, its correlation to BTC. Let's see here. So last 45 days, was at 0.89, so that's 89% correlated. It spiked to 93% correlated, then dropped to 76. Now, in the last 7 days, it's almost not correlated at all. It's very, very weakly correlated. So not negatively correlated, but weakly correlated. So that would be interesting. We could take a look at that. Boom, there goes Doge, baby. Let's see. BTC goes down, Doge goes up. BTC goes up, Doge goes down. BTC goes down, Doge goes up. BTC goes down, Doge goes up. Oh, I guess it's probably a good time to buy Doge then, guys. Probably a good time to buy Doge then. Let's take an overview here of Mr. Dogecoin. And let's look at the big picture. And Dogecoin been around for a while, baby. As always, start from the right side and work your way left. Well, we'll see if we can get above our 55 period daily moving average right here. That's our resistance right here. It's also congruent with TDST resistance here at 60 Satoshis per Mr. Doge. Able to get over that, starts to look kind of bullish. Now we can actually look left to right. Let's see here. So we've got a little bit of a distribution area right here. And we've got a pretty strong distribution area up here. Excuse me. So yeah, that actually looks decent, but the only thing that I don't like about this is the falling volume on the movement up. Here we've got very strong volume on a movement up, and then falling volume, and then rising volume as the downtrend continues. And then we don't really see an indication here of oversold or overbought volume. Price just does kind of turn around. And however, we are finally able to break the 8-period moving average, which had been grinding us down and grinding us down. We're able to find a little bit of support here on the 21 as we consolidate right around it. And we're going to see right now if we can break the 55-period moving average. If we don't break that 55-period moving average, let's see here. If we don't break that 55-period moving average, we'll come back down to test the 21 most likely, and then we'll see if we consolidate again and then have another go at it, or if we break back down here to this lower consolidation area. I like that. I'm more inclined to think that this would probably happen. Because it seems that these altcoin pumps don't really last that long lately. But some of them have. Like if we take a look at Salt, for example, like which I just had pulled up here. Salt went on a goddamn tear, man. But again, look where we're at right now. Salt went on a tear. Hit all our targets. But we've got that daily 55-period moving average resistance right there. That has been the helter-skelter for altcoins lately, guys. All right, let's see here. Yagami says, I hated XRP for almost an entire year. I've seen the light. I still hate XRP, but I'm still open to the idea that it's going to make a lot of money for us. Trevor Collins asked, what is that website? I'm assuming based on the timing, you mean this one? And it's vcdep.io. Pop that in the chat here in just a second. Is Justin on steroids? 1 for yes, 2 for probably. The big boys are trying to trick normies into selling low. Pro tip, retail traders join the Kraken Crypto Discord. That's I like it. Kelly Bryant to the ZOU. Just had to get that out of my system. Let's get this crypto. Doge is nothing too sexy, but has been inverse to BTC. I think some people go into Doge instead of Tether. I think Doge is the biggest pump and dump coin ever made, but I'll admit there's money to be made. Yeah, a lot of people own a lot of Doge. There we go. I'll pop that in the chat. So we'll just continue to keep our eye here on Mr. XBT. All right, so still at this point, you're going to be looking for an opportunity to short, most likely, after the breakdown of the support level. We'll see, though. We'll see what happens when we get back up to test. We've got a couple areas here. We've got this little baby bitch trend line right here. We'll see if we are unable to close below that. And we've also got this ascending, or we've also got this this support level right here. So those are going to be my areas of what I'm looking to see. We weren't able to close below the support level, so not bad. Again, out of a trade right now in XBT. I got wicked out of my long position, and that's fine. And then I got really, I'm glad I did, because then I would have got really wrecked right here. So I already took a little bit of a spanking, but I was able to close yesterday pretty much at break even with the altcoins that I took. So let's actually check in. Let's actually go check in with how the trading group's doing. Just a second. I know it's here somewhere. There we go. So still up right now. Let's see, make sure this is updated accurately. Oh, to 20. Gotta fix that. Man. So still up about 100% this week. Even after getting, this is not actually, I'm not. So this is just indicative of the total P&L of all trades taken. The problem is I lost about 18% on my XBT long. So I'm down a little bit less than that. Let's see. Yesterday got stopped out on BNT and BTS. Salt finally hit T2 for us. DNT played out. APPC hit T1 fairly quickly. ETC stopped out. We've got like 7 open calls right now, because there was just so much that I saw that looked quite fantastic this morning. And then I set buys a little bit lower just in case BTC dropped, which it did. So now we're at pretty opportunistic areas of entry. Let's go down and watch the 30-minute chart here for Mr. BTC on Bitstamp. Yeah. Back down in this order block right here. I think we're probably going to move sideways here and consolidate a little bit. Not expecting that big violent bounce back up. Neither am I right here. So that's why, again, I feel more confident looking for a re-entry into a short position, seeing on how high we rise here. Let's see. What is our order block level for this area? That's a big ass order block. There we go. And this is really our Hail Mary, looking for a potential bounce in these areas right here. It's Wick City down here, so weren't able to Wick City down here again, but I think if we probably reject from this trend line or from this ascending, from this lower support level right here, then we probably are going to see that move, like I pointed out. Down. See that. Or we're able to break above, pull back, and back up into this order block area. So we'll see. You can play either direction. Play either direction. Now we'll see if these longs get spanked or not. They're all piling in, guys. Everybody piles in. Everybody's scared to buy on red. Everybody's scared to sell on green, but they pile in. Hey, no problem, man. Do I still trade the stock market? I have been thinking about dabbling with some big cap stocks. It's been a while for me, though, swing or intraday. Listen, I kind of want to stay far, far away from the stock market right now. I think that, listen, I'm just seeing all the positive news come out about how the stock market's not going to crash. And I just, I don't necessarily believe that. I think that we have a potential, or had a potential, to make new all-time highs. So let's go over and look at the DJI, actually. Actually, I want to look at the SPX. I think that we had a potential right here to continue to make new all-time highs after this collapse. But this is looking like a double rejection from the 55 period moving average on the daily chart of the S&P 500. And now we saw this exact same thing kind of right here, but this just looks much, much worse to me. Now, this, I don't know, what is that, the Batman pattern? You guys see that Batman pattern playing out? Yeah, I like it. No, I kind of want to stay far, far away from the stock market. So we've got TDST support right here, down here at 26.36. And I'll see if that holds. Man. If that doesn't hold, let's see here. Where's our next level of support? Yeah, man. I just want to stay. I want to stay far away from the stock markets right now. And even if crypto hurts in the short term, I'm pretty comfortable with just playing BTC right now. I've done this enough. Waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning, so I can position out my trades by 5 and be ready when the market opens. I don't like it, man. Yeah, I mean, does it have the potential to go up? Yep. So we'll see here. We'll see if this level holds right here. I mean, if you were looking to... right here. Stop loss right here. And look to maybe come back. What else do we got here? If you can hold this area and then up. We'll see what happens with that 55. Initial pullback from that 55 back there to that local high. And then above 55 if that plays out. But again, I'd rather wait. Again, I'm not even playing this, but just the way that I see it. If you wanted to take that, if you wanted to look at that speculative entry right there, I could dig it, but I don't know, man. When they come out and tell me not to be afraid of the yield curve, I don't like it, man. That's why day trade, if it's going down, we short the sheet out of it. Yeah, that's right, man. Yeah, the only way, again, but like, you know what I like about, here's what I like about crypto, man, is that I don't have to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning anymore. You know, I can pretty much set it and forget it with cryptocurrency in a way that I typically can't do with the stock market, especially if you're intraday trading. So Like right here would have been a great short signal. You break down below the 55 period moving average. You wait for the pullback. You see the rejection off the 8 period moving average, and you see this evening star form, and boom, down on the 30-minute. That probably gives you a nice short on the daily down to around TDST support right here at about 26.92. So say you enter on the close of this candle right here. That gives you a good 1% movement down, and you're done for the day. That's how you play the S&P with $10,000, man. Let's take a look at the euro dollar for you guys. That's actually looking like a short to me. Yep, from right there, 200 period moving average, back down to test your 55. Hey, take it easy, Christian. Thanks for joining us this morning. All right. All right, so we went over Vertcoin, and we went over Poloniex. We've talked about Doge negative correlation. So let's just worry about XBT today, guys. Oh, there we go. Looking like we're going to close below that descending trend line right there. See if we can make it. Oh, hold on. See if we can make it above it, though. Just wait and see. Wait and see if we can make it above it. Amazon's pretty volatile, dude. Where would I change it? There's the Swiss 6. You'd be trading it on the NASDAQ, I assume. Yeah, Amazon's pretty damn volatile, dude. Here's the 30-minute chart. There's 5%. You want to look at the daily chart? See how volatile this bitch is? Yeah, the wicks aren't crazy like you see, but I mean, if you want some volatility, look what Amazon's gone up 24% just in the last week. Got above the 55 period moving average, and then bam, strong rejection down below. Makes sense. Yep, you had this previous distribution area right here. Right here, you can see it. And just got absolutely rejected from that area. So where do we go back to? Well, we go back to fill the gaps. Had a gap there, and we filled the gap right there. It gapped up on good news, and then bam, people short sold that motherfucker like anything, dude. That's that beautiful manipulation that we love to see in traditional markets. So Amazon's got an order block there. They don't really have a good, strong support order block till down here, actually. So I'd look for a breakdown of this on Amazon stock down to touch this as well. So that's another almost 3.5% to the downside. And we'll see if that holds. We'll see if we can get a little bit of a bounce from there. Something like Something like that. Back into our accumulation range. See if that holds up. Nah, you definitely don't. Yeah, I'm actually pretty comfortable. Look at how it goes. Damn, okay, up. Came down, consolidated a little bit below this order book. Tested that support level. Came down, wick down below. Yeah, you see the exact same thing though, man. Stop loss hunts before pumps. It ain't no different, man. It ain't no different. InBev, huh? New Age Beverage Corporation. No, it's cool, dude. I like a little bit of a break. Especially because BTC is going to do whatever the fuck it wants to do, man. Yep, 786 and that 200 period moving average pretty beautifully. Back in that order block area that we saw right there. Fell right back to that accumulation zone. So we'll see what happens on this little pullback. We'll see if that 55 period moving average actually holds here. And you have the sell signal right here, right when everything crossed over, which was right at the peak. So you got the sell signal here, and you gap down the very next day. And now you're just consolidating inside of this order block area. Let's see here if we see any divergence here. Nope. ATR is getting pretty low, but I think it's got quite a ways to fall. You can see how low ATR actually gets down here before you actually get that pop and super gap up on 4 or 5 days of gapping. Yeah, and then the gap down is pretty crazy as well. So yeah, we'll see if this 55 period holds now that we've actually broken above it, but it hasn't. I mean, this is what you're going to see in a period of ranging consolidation, especially after such a violent move up. But yeah, I mean, basics here, guys. Look for your 200 period moving average to hold. If that doesn't look to hold, you're looking for support to become resistance down in these lower levels. So looking for a potential bounce like this, up, and then either down, up, and then down if the uptrend's going to end, or you're just looking to wait and take the breakout trade whichever way it presents itself. So you could have taken it right here. Like, for example, like once you close your daily candle, outside of your order block right here, you can go short. And that would have given you it would have given you 2 days of potential profit. And you get a pretty strong signal to be out of the trade on the next day, though. You get that hammer reversal candle. So I'll let you know you should probably be out of that trade. Even if the next day kind of fakes you out, you got to look at the hammer candle pattern. And yeah, the same thing here. You get that hanging man pattern at the top of an up movement, and then a pullback. So just look for this order block area to hold. Again, this looks like a pretty safe range trade. Again, if we're gonna do like we've been doing, consolidating around the 55 rather than respecting it, which is going to be indicative of a new trend forming. See what happens when we get close to this 55 on NABV, so around 429. And you know, like right now, I'd be fairly confident in a short down to the bottom of this trend, down to the bottom of this range, which would be a nice 20% movement actually there for you on NABV. But you're going to get confirmation when you actually, when you get close to this 55 period moving average. If you actually close above it and if you wick off of it and then you close above it, well, it gives you a good indication that you should probably be out of your short. If you actually close below it, then you're justified in your short down at this lower level of the order block. All right, guys, it's 12:01. I've been doing this for an hour. You know I got to take a 30-second break, man. Y'all know I got to take a 30-second break. Just let me get a second here. All right, guys, I'll be right back with the show. You guys hold on. guys. What's up? What's up? What's up? Hope we're doing good, man. Hope we're doing good. Now, why is it going to be difficult for XBT to make it above this order block level? Because you have a ton of shorts that entered right around here. And you have a ton of shorts that entered probably, I'm going to say, right around here, because this is when retail piles in. Now, the thing is, retail will also be quick to get out of their positions and panic sell once price moves against them. This is the problem of entering into a short at the bottom. When you're convinced that price is going to go down further, typically you're wrong and price immediately moves against you. And when you're convinced that price is going to go up and you long at the top of an uptrend, as a lot of people did, for example, up here, we can see right here, we have a big spike in buying pressure right there, and they generally get liquidated immediately. So right when you're at the top of an uptrend is generally the best place to short, and generally when you're at the bottom of a downtrend is generally the best place to go long, especially after you see a high volatility, high momentum movement. Now, I'm still speculative on an entry in XBT here. Again, we see ATR massively spike up on this high volatility movement back down. And generally what happens is that we get a slow decline in a period of consolidation before our next violent movement, guys. So am I expecting another high violent movement here to the upside? No, I'm looking for safe conservative areas to enter into a short position to the downside. But I'm going to wait and see. I'm going to wait and see how quickly retail traders panic out of their shorts and see if we get a little bit of a covering situation, which would actually propel us back up here to these areas. So again, I'll be looking for anywhere close to this descending trend line, which we're getting pretty damn close to. I want to see if we can actually get up out of this order block though. That's what I'm going to be watching for. Get back up out of this order block or back up to this support level that we had from the bottom of the wicks. So we can see price wicked off once. We go all the way back up to the top of this order block and back down. So just waiting. Seeing this low climb up on low momentum. I don't think it's going to happen for us, guys. I don't think it's going to happen for us. I think we're going to see. Now, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing to keep your eye on, too. You got to think about it this way. Let's go look at open positions XBT. So still almost 64% short. So that's a lot of position shorts. So there's not going to be a whole lot of extra capital to keep those shorts down, while there are a lot of potential buyers in the market right now. Because if you're in a short, if you're a position short, that means that the only thing you can do is exit out of your position and buy. Okay? It means you're going to exit out of your position and buy. And when you buy, so when a short covers, it buys and it moves the price up. And God, we've got so many. So let's take a look at shorts on BitMEX. So we were saying yesterday the shorts still had some area to rise here. Shorts still had some areas to rise until they got oversold, into a really overpeaked area. We can see here that shorts are not oversold on the daily. We do get this Fisher crossover that pushes into oversold territory right here and marks this little bit of a decline. But we're not really able to drop very far. Again, what is that? The 0 line, I think, on the Fisher. And we are coming right back up. So still more room for shorts to grow on Bitfinex, actually, until we actually get up into our resistance area. And we're having this little bit of consolidation right now with the shorts. So last hour of the day, guys. Last hour of the day before I go venture off into the wilderness and plot out sweet, sweet altcoin trades. So let's take a look at the chat, see if I missed anything. There we go. Jean-Remy Osorio. BTC is crashing. Well, here's the thing, man. Let's go take a look at the daily chart, or let's go take a look at our longer term outlooks here. We won't really have confirmation of that until these areas are blown and we actually drop back down below support. Again, is it annoying? Yes. But is the conservative way to play a trade? Yes. Because look what happens every time you get these volatile sells. You get an automatic reaction and a movement back upwards. So BTC price did break down out of the wedge that I had drawn. And look what it did. BTC price broke down here. And whereas it broke down here and then zoomed right up, so it faked out people entering into shorts, here it broke down, entered up, got rejected once, twice, and then we go down. So that would have been your strong signal right there. And now we're going to see what happens. Very low volume movement back up here. We are above the order block on spot price. Not above the order block yet on BitMEX. But yeah, this is an opportunity. I'm looking for this as an opportunity to re-enter into a short. What do I think about 0x? Let's go see how Mr. 0x is doing. All right, well, still haven't broken down below that lower support level of this order block right here. Actually get rid of that. That was from a while ago. Let's see here. Doesn't look terribly great to me. Long term, short term, you could get a little bit of a bounce here because it looks like price is forming a little bit of a hammer candle. So we'll wait and see how the day closes today. But this actually doesn't look like a terrible time to look for a little bit of a play back up here. Maybe at least to that 21 period moving average, which is about a 5% trade. I'd be cautious though, because we've been getting ground down by the 8-day moving average on a lot of these coins, and we can see that right here. When we're in a downtrend, we're not able to make it above the 8. Now we move up into this sideways period of consolidation, positing in the nice hammer candle formation here though. After we get a little bit of downside, let's look at the big picture. There's your completed 13 countdown right there. So if that hammer candle actually pans out, yeah, I'd look for a little bit of a bounce here. Look for a little bit of maybe a 5% bounce there back up to that 21. Let's take a look at a smaller time frame. Yeah, TDST support is respected on the 4-hour chart as well. What about the 12-hour chart? 12-hour chart, we also got the exact same thing. 13 countdown right there. Perfected countdown after it was deferred all throughout. Yep, here, and here. It was deferred here, and then it finally completed here because it actually closed below 8 of the countdown, wherever that baby is. Yeah, and that's kind of a... It's not a perfect Harami candlestick pattern, but at least on the 12-hour chart. I kind of like how that looks on the daily chart, but I don't know. Let's see, how would I play this? Yeah, I can see it. All right. Yeah, you can see where price gets picked up and supported right there. I like it. Yeah, I see where it stretches back to right there. It's most significant right here. Okay. So just in the short term, looking at the 4-hour chart here, which is pretty congruent actually with the daily chart as well. 4-hour chart, I could see a little bit. 4-hour chart gives you less of a margin, so that's a 3% bounce back up to test that 55 period moving average. If this is actually going to pause it in, this looks like we've put in a little bit of strong support here. Over the day, looks like you're getting a little bit of reversal in pattern. So we'll see if this is able to close strongly, especially on the daily chart. If we're able to close, again, strongly above this order block and above the support line that I have, which is a historical support line right here, then I would look for a bounce back up to at least that on the daily chart, that 21 period moving average, and see what happens when we get into this order block area right here. Same thing on the 4-hour chart. There's your order block area right there. A little bit below that. Be conservative with your targets if you're looking for an entry right here. See if price can move up. That's about 2% to 3% play on the 4-hour chart. So again, a lot of people are unhappy with movements like that, but again, that's what you get in the stock market, man. And then if you were looking for a bigger term play, I would wait. I would wait on the daily chart. I would wait for a close. Man, that 55 is way up there. It seems like ultimately you've probably got more time ahead of you, more time of a little bit of sideways here in between these two order blocks potentially, until the 55 can creep down on you here a little bit and you can actually get a nice movement back up to retest that 200 period moving average. And again, you got this major resistance level here at 1193, or excuse me, 111.93. So 11,000 Satoshis, 193, and looking for price to close the daily above 9,321 Satoshis for a potential bounce trade back up around the area of 97.34. Not a big margin for me here, but if you were looking at a long-term accumulation area of 0x, again, not the way that I'm playing altcoins at this particular point in time, but you could look to play this area, this consolidation area between these two order blocks around this area right here. Again, I'd have my stop really tight. So if you were looking to play it like that, I'd have a stop at 89.48. Or if you want to be brave, 85.55 is probably how I'd play that out. And again, if you're looking to take stops of that nature, then you are looking for justification of that. So you are looking for a retest of the daily 55 around 10.494, or potentially even back up here to 11.93. But if you get back up here and above it, you're probably going up here to this previous distribution area, which is also where your 200 period moving average is, around 12.310. So yeah, I don't know. That's the way I play that. I'm liking this hammer candle formation though, but not seeing the volume that would really indicate you're going to get that. The best that you're going to get if this does play out is that nice little maybe 3 to 5% movement back up into this order block, and then we'll just reevaluate when we get there. All right. Crash, 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 crash. Hi, what are my stochastic settings? When I use stochastic, they're the same as in my video. I pretty much use the default settings for stochastic when I do use it. 14, 3 and 3. If I'm scalping, sometimes I find that 7 works out a little bit better for me if I'm on a much lower time frame. I keep DS3. And if you want a faster stochastic, you can change your smoothing settings to 1. I prefer to keep it on 3, especially if I'm on a higher time frame. Sometimes I'll even go to 21, but you're going to get way less signals that way, and you're going to miss out on a whole lot with how volatile the cryptocurrency markets are. So I think 14 is probably the best. The default settings tend to work the best if you're using a traditional time frame. Now, if you get down to the 30-minute chart or something like the 15-minute chart, then yeah, sometimes log here. Then sometimes I will change this to 7. So you can actually get clear, overbought, oversold. You get that crossover right there telling you to buy. And now it looks like stochastic's becoming oversold a little bit on the 30-minute chart. So we'll actually see how that plays out. You can see here on the 30-minute chart, you've got the daily point of control, and we broke down a little bit below it, but that's fine. We reversed on a fairly good indecision candle, came back up on pretty strong momentum, and we're able to test it and close above it. This actually looks like a stop loss hunt. So, and we've got that 55 period moving average on the 30-minute chart that we're struggling to get over. So that's all pretty good. So 30-minute chart, again, the same thing, kind of like a day trade. So 30-minute close above this 55 period moving average gives you a nice, again, that 2 to 3% trade back up to yesterday's distribution area. So you got a lot of resistance to overcome here with 0x. I don't necessarily see the volume to say that you're going to have that nice play back, but this does seem to be the name of the game, consolidation between these order block areas. So you could take that range trade. BTC weekly looking like a potential bear flag. No, it doesn't look like a bear flag to me. It looks like it could be a pennant. Oh, shoot, that was my lower time frame. I don't want to mess with that. Yeah, it looks like it could be a pennant. See it a little bit clearer here on the daily. Yeah, just like we get a little bit of a pennant here, a little bit of a pennant there. It's not that super clear to me though. But yeah, bearish pennant breakdown to the downside right there. Same thing that we posited in here and same thing that we posited in here. Break, break. But we had much more of a recovery bounce here. So we were entering into this period of consolidation. So, and now the daily starting to play out very negatively for us. Here's we crash down to the bottom, and today's daily candle, or excuse me, this is the 6-hour candle. Okay, so still not looking to make it out of that order block yet. Check back in with Mr. BitMEX. Yep, just not able to make it out of the order block yet. So we'll see key areas I'm looking for. This ascending trend line and this lower support level, guys. This lower support level and this trend line. Also, alternatively, this support level right here that we actually broke down from. Looking for returns to that to enter into a short. Looking for breakdowns of this to, again, also enter into a short. And then we'll see what happens when we get into this lower order block level. Probably, again, consolidation. But I'm looking for more sideways here, guys. Looking for more sideways. After a big movement down, you get a little bit of sideways. So, $2,500 target. In my exchange, I'm looking at the price, bid, and has a good support. Yeah, that's the other thing too, though. That's why I'm not in a position on BTC right now. Well, again, because I'm doing this, so I don't have time to scalp. But if we go over here to look at the market depth ratio, we see that BTC actually now has a very positive market depth ratio. Let's go see how it's changed in the last 30 minutes since we've been doing the show. Yep, dropped just a little bit from, let's see. So let's see here. So 11 o'clock a.m. when I started the show, it was 10. And noon, 7.17. It's going to update here in about 3 minutes, and we'll have a clear picture on what's going on. Looking at the day. Yep, here we go. Daily gives us a little bit better view. Yeah, the daily MDR right here for Bitcoin is quite bullish, man. But it's over the last hour having a little bit of a pullback as well. So we'll see. But bid's still higher than asks. And yeah, you're ultimately right. All we've really done is come back down to support. We've got that logarithmic trend line, which hasn't been broken, with a full body candle close. And we're just in that lower order block area. Now, I'm biased to the short side, especially after seeing this, and especially seeing where all the position sellers are. But again, usually that's also indicative of a bounce. So because of all these, you know, and again, this just goes with me. When you feel wishy-washy on a trade, you don't get into a trade. So I didn't feel wishy-washy about XRP earlier. Didn't feel wishy-washy about XRP. We'll actually go see how that trade played out. Played out beautifully. That played out quite beautiful. Didn't feel wishy-washy about TRX. And that's playing out quite nicely. Didn't feel wishy-washy about BNB. But when you're uncertain of a trade, man, just don't take it. Just don't take it. That's why I'll sit here patiently and wait for XBT to give me some clear direction on what it wants to do. Right now, I'm more inclined to look for areas to enter into shorts from. But nothing would make me a happy camper than to just let everybody get wrecked on taking what they think are going to be long-term swing positions. Because again, I'm on record. Here's what I'll say. I'm on record. Here's what I'll say. Breakdown of these lower levels of support are going to indicate a very, very powerful swing short to me to 3350 to 2900. Okay. A break above this area right here in this order block. Let's go to a higher time frame here. Okay, so I got to make this a little prettier on MEX. But a break above here at this point, this area right here at about 4,600, really 4,400 on spot price is going to be to me a very strong swing trade up to, with targets at, let's see here, 5,113, 5,262, and ultimately back up to 5,500 areas here on BitMEX. All right, so you don't have to take these long-term swing positions or feel anxious that you miss out on these movements. Like, yes, at 10x leverage, boom, that's 40%. Okay, that's cool. You don't need all that. If you missed it, just wait patiently. There's lots of scalps to take, all right? Use VPSV, and you can find plenty of scalping opportunities, and that's what I'm going to be doing after the show. Yeah. Adam Pragnell in here, shilling some ARN. Let's check it out, buddy. Mr. Aaron. Daily chart. So you got some pretty strong support at 63.12, which price has already come back down and retested. So let's go. I can't read that, but thank you for the sub on YouTube. I highly appreciate it. And look where that is, right at that beautiful 786 Fibonacci retracement. Again, typically when you're looking at traditional markets, you're looking at that 618, but it seems to me lately that as price has gotten more absolutely insane is as traders have gotten more absolutely insane, it seems that everybody wants to push price back down to that 786. But again, the basics of that is that if price holds above the 786, you're still that's a retracement. That's the most extreme retracement you can generally look to get, and you're still looking for price to go higher. And again, another quick shortcut rule, guys, is that if you are looking to scalp, once you believe that a swing high or swing low is in, price always returns to the 236 at least. So that is generally the safest scalp that you can always take. Alrighty. I'm getting tired, man. Ugh. I got like no sleep last night. My daughter has been on a tear lately. My daughter's been on an absolute tear. Roadmap for ARN shows partnership with Google. Hey, binary man underscore. Thanks for the follow on Twitch, man. Highly appreciate it. Okay, so. Well, after you came down and tested that 786, you already went back to your common retrace areas right here. Yep, that 0.5 and that 618. You hit that like a charm, man. Hit that beautifully like a charm. And that was your 80%er. Now look at this though. You have this nice, big, huge, massive pump up 300%. I hate to tell you, man, but generally things don't play out. Let's go take a look at Theta, guys, if you want confirmation of that. I had to talk. Over 9,000. Adam Pragnell, thanks for the sub on YouTube, man. So look, here's Theta token, right? And everybody sees this massive, 200% movement. And I know so many people, let's actually go look at the 30-minute chart so this can make a little bit more sense. I had to talk friends down off the cliff. I had to talk friends down off the cliff from just buying and holding Theta. Some didn't listen. Let's see here. Now, we did take a trade on Theta. Where did we take a trade on Theta? We took a trade on Theta right here, when Theta actually broke above the 55 EMA on high momentum, had that indicator set. We were able to take that trade right there. Let's see. So you guys go look back at the trade results in our Discord. I think that's probably posted up there. Look at ARNS circulating supply for ARN. So let's go look at some data. And then we'll also look at social media sentiment. And then we'll take a look at the depth ratio. Data-driven trader, guys. Data-driven trader. So that's the past week, the past month. Okay, the past month we get that massive spike. So let's go look at Solium. And we'll search for look for Aaron. So let's look at social media sentiment. I'm going to laugh if Aaron Top Talkers pops up and it's Adam Pragnell. All right, so here's some social media posts. Binance info gold labeled day 3 verified projects. Binance will support the CBM airdrop for Aaron holders. Okay, so that's, I can see, yeah, I saw that. Actually, I saw Binance tweet that out 6 days ago. So let's go see what effect that had on price. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was 6 days ago, and that was the effect that it had on price. So buy the rumor, sell the news, guys. As always. Okay, let's see here. So let's look at the last month. So this is the past 24-hour volume. This is the past rank based on social volume for the past 24 hours. Social volume is down about 10% just in the last 24 hours. Price is down about 6.26%. And only about 10 people tweeting, according to the count of social media posts in the past 24 hours and their sentiment scores, about 10. So up 67% just in the last 24 hours. So here's the last month. And we can see that we have a lot of social volume, 56 posts, 180% volume. That doesn't do anything to price. We see it actually, we see social volumes peak here on this last bounce up. Actually, when price has pretty much already reached this zenith. So right here when price is rising, and then it peaks as social media sentiment falls off. So let's actually go back here and look at show coins with low social volume. There we go. Low social volume. All right, so not a whole lot of people tweeting about Aaron. Down 10% in the last 24 hours for price. Does not have a lot of social media volume or sentiment, although it has grown 67%, but it's still pretty damn low if you look at its history. This is its social trends volume. All right, so let's look at coin market cap, and actually let's look at historical data on Aaron. Historical data. All right, so we've got a ton of volume on November 30th and November 29th, so that's the pump and the dump. November 29th and the 30th, the pump and the dump. All right, so very low volume now. ATR is not back in that sweet spot yet where I want it to be before we see a violent movement. So probably, I think we're probably going to continue to pull back here until we get either A, into this order block area right here. Okay, we'll see what price does around that area, or until we touch this this fairly significant historical trend line. So you can see we have distribution here. See, we have distribution here. We have accumulation here. We have accumulation here. Massive buying as retail buys. So this is a very important historical trend line right there, and that's going to be around 63,112. That's the 786. See if we can get a potential double bottom off of that. But here's the thing, man. I'm actually inclined to be fairly... Enron doesn't have ARN. I'm actually inclined to be fairly skeptical about this, and I'll tell you why. So this is last week, December 1st, we saw this massive change from market depth ratio from 56% down to 10% down. So a 40% change in the sell wall on ARN. So let's go take a look. Let's say that was December. When was that date? This is the last week. So that would have been right here, December 1st. December 1st, yeah. December 1st. Big change in the sell wall on December 1st. Drop down. So we can see the spike down. Okay, so that was the jump right there. So that makes sense. November 29th and November 28th. Seems like it didn't change much. I mean, we had these movements, but the bid in the ask wall didn't really change a whole lot. Interesting. Interesting on a pump. Look at the circulating supply for ARN. $13 million ARN, 24-hour volume, pretty low. Total supply. You will not see these prices again for ARN. Well, again, I don't want to rain on your parade. I really don't. I'm inclined to be skeptical about altcoins because that's what people were saying to me in January of 2018. Hold on just a second. This is an important message regarding your... no, it's not. It's never an important message. It's never an important message. We'll see, man. I'm not sure exactly. I could do some more research in ARN, but I'm not sure exactly what makes it significantly different. And, you know, the circulating supply having only 13 million coins, that you're going to have to explain to me why that makes it necessarily more valuable than something that has less of a circulating supply or more of a circulating supply. This to me looks like I'm kind of interested on what the event was that pumped this up. This was obviously the BNB announcing the Cyber Miles airdrop for Aeron holders. So I don't know, we'll see. But just doing a technical analysis, look out on this. I'm going to look for this double bottom scenario to play out. A crash below 63.12 or a daily close below 63.12, looking at falling back down to these lower order books. You got a couple areas right here, like right there, where it makes sense for price to turn around, and right here where it would make sense for price to turn around. But still, I mean, significantly lower than all-time highs. Significantly lower than all-time highs here on ARN. You could look at this as a cup and handle pattern. It didn't play out. Unless it's going to play out like this, in which case this is your handle. So that 618 is generally where you're looking for it to play out. Really, actually, the perfect place for it to play out is the median of the 236 and the 382. So if you'd have bought there, your stop loss at the 0.5, so you would have got stop hunted. And that didn't play out. But let's take the most generous example here. And let's assume that that actually plays out. Well, that means that a break of that level right there, actually right there is where it should be. Or we measure below to actually the breakout. Put you right up here. If you wanted the optimistic breakout of the cup and handle pattern, it's going to put you back up here close to your recent at one point in time swing high of about 23,597. So that is, it's about a 200% increase. About a 200% increase. Again, I will believe it when I see it. I know people hate that I'm so negative on altcoins, man, but I just don't know, man. Like, there hasn't been any major sign of a major trend reversal. You get a nice little bit of a movement here, but you consolidate in a descending triangle pattern, and then you break to the downside and you come back up, and it looks like you're retesting that as resistance now on that recent pump. So we'll see what happens when we fall back down into this recent order block level. Price has not been able to... Nice little run up of this pattern formation. But some people would call this an inverted cup and handle, but I think they're fucking crazy. I don't think inverted cup and handles exist. I think too many people see too many patterns all over the place. Just look at volume, guys. Look at volume in likely areas where price is likely to make predictable movements. Yeah, that's what I just talked about right there, that descending triangle. The social data I'm looking at is available on CoinMarketCap. No, that's solium.io. Pretty good at predicting out what's gonna pump before it does. I need to change. Need to move that. There we go. That was overlapping. Usman Showcat says BNB, please. I'll take a look at BNB. All right. Okay, so here's what I'm seeing for BNB. I am still looking for some good positive growth. We see here rejection from the 200 period moving average, and then we've got this very long-term cup and handle particular pattern playing out. So if that does play out, I'm looking for a pullback right around this area right here, which is typically where you want to look to enter into playing a cup and handle pattern. So the median of the 236 and the 382 with a stop loss at the 50% or right below the 50% retracement line, which is annoying because the other place that you look to enter on a cup and handle pattern is the 618 with your stop below the 786. So two potential plays that I'd be looking there for the BNB coin, and if that does play out, then same thing here for this cup and handle pattern. That's going to bring us back to this distribution zone right here, which was a previous point of control at about 19,252. That's kind of what I'm seeing for BNB right now, especially seeing as how we broke above the point of control, and now the Fisher is just breaking above the zero line here on the daily. So not indicative, and ATR is also not skyrocketed here as yet. Meaning that we've probably got we've got more volatility ahead of us, and also we just completely blasted through the point of control after deviating from it significantly here. And so now I'm just looking for price to return to that around near to that point of control or to this previous resistance turn to support, and looking to consolidate. So yeah, that's where I'm looking to enter. 15,576, stop loss below about 14,648. If that doesn't hold, then I'll be looking to re-enter at 141.05 with a stop loss a little bit below 13,331. And looking at a long-term measured move target of 19,299 or 193. BNB actually looks pretty goddamn bullish to me, and I think it's going to continue to grow. But BNB is highly correlated to BTC, so this could turn into my secondary potential real quick. Boom, there it is, guys. And there we are, guys. There's the potential entries right there for shorts. In my humble opinion. In my humble opinion. Adam says he caused the pump and it sustained for weeks, man. Moving the markets, dude. I didn't know we had a whale up in this bitch. Oh, there it is, guys. There was that potential short entry for Ethereum right there. Move down, move back up to test the trend line. Yep, just as my good friend said, the expected outcome is generally not what you get. Yep, that's what I'm looking for. Ethereum right there. XRP BTC. God, look at that. Just a little bit of sideways right there. Look at that little baby bull flag right there. Look at that baby bull flag. Don't be scared of Mr. Ripple, guys. Bitcoin Cash should probably still be being shorted right now into oblivion. But if you haven't entered yet, I don't know. I would be careful because you've got a high level here of violent pullback. So you've got a lot of down before you get there, especially if you want to do this on BitMEX. You got about 5% down, I guess. But you also got this potential double bottom forming right now, so just be careful. Break down below this level of about 346, I think, on BitMEX is a pretty strong short down here to 332. Yeah, look at that weak sauce volume, man. Weak sauce volume. ATR skyrocketed. Got to have some low volatility here for a while, guys. That's just how it's got to play out. $3,700 consolidation. Yeah, it looks like for right now. I don't think we're going to get a violent movement to the upside. It looks more, I'm inclined to think that we're going to continue down. Ooh, baby, there we go. Ugh. Damn, we got some motherfuckers coming in. Look at all that buying right there. Hell yeah. See if we get some liquidated shorts. People saw my technical analysis and they were like, nah, fuck you, dude. We're going to pop this baby up. 6 minutes and 45 seconds for this candle to close. We'll see if we close above that trend line. We got two right now that we just tested. Look where we wicked right off of. Bam. Hopefully you guys can see that. Bam, that's where we wicked right off of. Now we'll see if we can get above it. Now we'll see if we can get above it, guys. So, I'm starting to chomp at the bit, man. Do you think it's a bull trap or actually a bull flag? Doesn't look like a bull trap to me on Ripple. Does look like a bull flag. Yeah, a bull trap is when price goes higher and then gets shorted on. A bull flag is when you reach a peak, price moves down, kind of sideways, but more, generally down. This is actually looking more like a pennant, if I'm being honest with you guys. It looks more like a bullish pennant. And then you look to aggressively enter on a breakout to the upside or on a breakdown to the downside. But generally, like 70% of the time, pennants continue in the direction of the underlying trend, which in this case is bullish. It's bullish. All right, guys. So I'm kind of chomping at the bit here for XBT. So, and it's 12:55. I got to go, man, because I got to go get some trades under my belt, man. I entered all these. I entered some altcoins. I entered into that Ripple short and a TRX short. So I got to go. I got to go get in here, get a position here on XBT. I'm not going to jump into anything until I see something, for real. And again, I'm looking here for opportunities. Like right here, looks like an opportunity short for me. But I could be proven wrong. I've been wrong twice on XBT in one day now. So I was wrong about this. And I'm not really looking to be wrong about this. But that's all right. I was right about Ripple. I was right on a majority of the altcoins. And I'm hoping I'm right here on Ripple as well, guys. Just high probability statistics, man. I don't have a fucking crystal ball. But yeah, I'll be looking to short Ethereum too here as well, I believe. So let's get into the most important thing that you guys can do today. Go over to crackingcryptocurrency.com, guys. Repeat after me. That's crackingcryptocurrency.com, guys. All in on XRP. I'm never all in on any trade, sir. Crackingcryptocurrency.com, guys. Click the blue button. That's going to bring you to our Discord. Keep the conversation going in the Discord, guys. You know you love it. You know you guys need some support, some help. Just chat, guys. Just chat. We've got technical analysis in there. We've got free signals once or twice a week. We've got bots. We've got all that kind of stuff. What is XBT? XBT is the ticker for Bitcoin on BitMEX, sir. If you guys support the stream and want to keep us on the air, guys, check out what we got for merch, guys. I just got my notification that my merch came into the post office, so I'm going to head down there today after the show and after I get some trades under my belt, and I'm going to go pick up my merch, and I'll be rocking that tomorrow morning, guys. So go pick up some merch, guys. Pick up something for your lady friend. Go pick up something for your male friend, guys. It is scientifically proven that if you go ahead and, check out the new designs, guys, the new HODL Bitcoin designs that Scott did for us, guys. You know that if you wear this shirt, if you wear this sweatshirt cinch bag, guys, you will be 80% more attractive to the opposite sex. I put that. You can take that to the bank, guys, and they will tell you exactly what to do with it. If you are interested in joining our trading group and following along, getting access to the VIP chat room, getting access to all my trade setups, getting access to the resource library, also getting access to weekly webinars, private webinars with me and the rest of the team, you can check out what we have to offer here. If you have any questions, as always, you can hit us up at contact@crackingcryptocurrency.com or click contact us and fill out this beautiful form, or leave your comments, questions, concerns, thoughts, sarcastic remarks, and death threats in the comment section down below. As always, guys. Now, Thank you so much for joining us today. I've been Justin Wise for CrackingCryptocurrency.com. Trade safe out there, guys. Don't get roped into a position just because you think you desperately have to. There's plenty of opportunities to take short scalp trades on XBT, on ETH, on XRP. If you're unsure of how to confidently play a long-term swing position, then don't confidently play a long-term swing position and just be patient, relax, and wait for the trade to come to you guys. It will happen, and there will always be another day of the market. There will always be another trade, so you don't have to feel anxious that you missed out on something today if you did. If you didn't, congratulations to everybody who took those positive trades, guys. And so for right now, guys, I'm out, guys. Trade safe and be good.